Okay, so this is Brandis Adams of Indie Artistry going over the Hamilton Lawn Care, New Jersey website training. So this is the home page, and you know how this website looks. It's your website. So let's go over some things here. Firstly, you will be receiving this training checklist. I'll go ahead and give that to you, but for purposes of this video, we'll run through it here. Okay, so I just entered the information here, date, client, website, and the platform that we use, just so that you know. Okay, so as far as the website design, let's talk about editing the content. Okay. So it's actually pretty easy to edit the content, as you see over here on the home page. And this is in your Weebly editor. So when you log into Weebly, you can go and click Edit Site, and then it'll take you to here. Right now I'm on Pages, and I can easily edit content this way. So to edit paragraphs or titles, you can click within or on the content and edit as you usually would. So just like this, simple click. I double clicked here, highlight, bold. You can increase, decrease the size, change color, links, indentations, lists, all sorts of things. Editing image is pretty much the same way. You just click into it here, and you can replace the image. You can actually edit the image if you wanted to apply their editor, crop, rotate, opacity, fade, and some certain effects here. But we don't need to do all of that. Let's see. So yeah, you can again apply links if you want, alignment, spacing, caption, and then advanced here is going to get you your alt text. So I know we've spoken about that before. That's good for keywords and such. So that's how you get to that. You click on the picture, scroll down, advanced, and this is actually going to be your alt text here, this last one. And that's where you enter more fresh keywords. Okay, so editing the form, and you've added it nicely here with the quote. I did go ahead and edit it the first time I opened up this web page, but yep, click on it. You can go to form options, and there's the form name. It's going to be sent here. The confirmation is going to be a link to the page you created. Let's see. Yep, that's it for that. And then here we click in the options button, and we can see how many options we have by going to options items. That's what I added here. You can add another option. I added other as well, just in case there's something else they want to put in there. Yep, that's pretty much it. And you added the rest of the stuff so you know exactly how this works. Required, good. These are required fields, that's good. Okay. So yeah, save. You can also view your entries as well, and that'll open up. Ooh, background image. Now this is a fun one because not all the Weebly sites have the background image that you can edit. This one in particular I chose because I really wanted a background image that kind of personified what you were doing, and it was very professional but very intimate, and so I like this background here. But you can go to edit, and you can change the zoom, the blur, you can darken it, add filters, all that good stuff. And you do so by change image. So that's easy peasy, and that's just editing content. So that's done. Alright, let's talk about adding content. We're going to go over to the build. So we were in pages, looking to edit pages. Now we're going to go to build. And there's tons of stuff here that you can choose to add to the page, as well as more apps and things of that nature. And so to add content, all you have to do is drag over. So let's say I want to add this title. Drag it over. Now Weebly is very confined. It's not one of those developer build your own kind of site. It's specific to theme. So it's important you know that, so you can drag it to the left or the right of things and kind of adjust there. But say you wanted to add something over here, you couldn't do that, because it's not one of those types of builders. So if I wanted to add to the top, I'm just going to drag. And you just have to kind of get used to Weebly in the sense that, okay, where do I drag things, where do things fit, and what is allowed. Okay, deleting content is easy as well. As you see, I can hover over here and there's going to be like an X sign. Just kind of, once you click out of it, hover over it, click that X. Same way, if you go on the left side here, there's this little arrow button. If you click that, you can move it entirely so it no longer shows up on this page, or you can copy it over to this page or another page. So that's cool to note. I'm going to delete that. I don't need it. Oh, nesting images is important. As you see down here, this is kind of a nested image. I moved the text over here, but let's say we wanted to bring an image in here. We would take the image in the image builder, drag it until you see this box kind of highlight. That's going to drop it in there. And of course you click it, and then it'll let you upload image from your computer. But I'm going to delete that image. Cool, it didn't mess anything up. One of the reasons why I get so scared is because with Weebly, it's really finicky about undoing. Can't really undo everything. Most things you can't. So yeah, be careful. Anything here, just ask. I mean, all of these are really drag and drop, drag and drop. And then once we expand, talk about these individual services, we'll probably go ahead and link this out. So we'll click link here once we click on the image and go to a separate page, maybe with some slideshows. We'll pull it up. We're a little limited on wording, but we can expand later. As well as the gallery, I did put a small gallery down here, as you can see. So when you click in that, you can add images, set the column length, captions, again, advanced options are here as well. And all sorts of other things, audio, video, you can include a document to download, YouTube video, all sorts of stuff. Actually, this is the document to view. This is the document to download. Flash, but you don't need all that stuff. If you were having a store, e-commerce, your Google AdSense, all that good stuff. We're done with adding content. So pages. Let's go back to pages really briefly here. So hide pages. It's important to note that this will not hide it from indexing. So let's say you have a page that's already hidden. So I'm going to go back. We're on the contact page right now. But you have this complete page. That's when people view or go through your quote form. By the way, I added this cute little animated graphic here. It's really funny. But anyhow, so once they get here, that's what they'll see. But this is obviously not viewable in your navigation here. Not at all. So that's why it's clicked hide in navigation, which is entirely different from hiding in indexing. Say you had a specific page that you did not want people to be able to search for at all ever, for whatever reason. Maybe it's client information or personal client video, I don't know. So you would go to advanced and then hide this page from search engine. So it looks like that's been checked here, which is fine. People don't really need to search this, but it's here for when they complete the form. So this means Google and other searches, Bing and Yahoo, they are not going to index this page. So when you're doing your assessment on your indexation, you'll notice that this is not included. So to change the visibility of a page, you can set all sorts of things. Site password, allow certain member access, and that's here through the visibility tab. Right now, all of these are public because we're not working with members or groups for this particular site. We don't need a site password for this particular site, but those options are available. And once you go into settings here, you'll be able to add members and member groups, and all sorts of things. You can allow people to register, duplicate pages. That's important because when you have certain things you want to copy over and you don't want to have to do it manually, you can just duplicate pages. And I'm pretty sure you know how to do this, but I'll explain it. Just hit the copy button. Simple, simple. You can delete pages as well, but be super careful with that. So that's nice. Themes. So say in the future you want to just do a different theme. You can do so by going to theme. You can change the theme entirely. You can go down here and change the fonts. It'll start, as you see, hovering over certain aspects, letting you know what it's about to change. Colors, uppercase, how they react, kind of thing, especially with your links, how they react to hovering. And footer, your footer links are different. They can react to hovering in a different way, which is neat. The footer is all an entity all its own as well. I think that's important to note. So when you click inside of it, you can start to edit these individual elements. And unlike the rest of the body, you will have to click Save Footer for it to save. So that's important. Now when you change the themes, again, the whole theme, not just the little design options, be very careful, because once you do that, it's pretty much said and done. I mean, everything that I did will be gone. So we're not going to do that. But there's tons of stuff that you can look at here and be like, oh, I want to change it. Just do that at your own risk. But in any case, we have by now downloaded a file, a backup file of this website. In the event that you totally screw it up, we can back up the site and just get it back going again. So let's see, that's it for themes. Technical guide to SEO. So site address, which we did that for you. But to change the site address, you can go into settings. It should pop up right here. So it was a generic Weebly site address on their servers and whatnot, but you've already purchased your domain and now you have it. You can change it. Now since you purchased it through Weebly, it was really easy, super task. But had you purchased it through like GoDaddy, it would have been a couple more steps. Still not too hard, but a couple more steps. But that's that. Site description. Okay, so the SEO button, you can update that as well. This is kind of what is going to come up in the search, especially when you open up those, pages and they're going to show that description. So here we have your site description, meta keywords, things like that. When you start getting into your Google Analytics and Google Webmaster Tools, you're going to find it important to use the footer code and the header code. As you see, you can click that link and it'll take you to Google Analytics. This one will take you to Google Webmaster, and you'll have to do some verification here and apply your tracking code here if you want it to track the visitors and see your demographics and things like that. That's pretty important if you're going to take a hands-on approach to your site. Even though it's a lead generation site, I do recommend taking a hands-on approach, because even with the JK training, you'll see you're going to be running AdWords and things like that. So you are going to be a little more hands-on. So that's important to note. Again, Indie Artistry does offer this for you. So if this is something you do not want to mess with, coding and looking at graphs and understanding those percentages and numbers, bounce rate, there's so much. It's not rocket science, but again, it's something else to do. We can do that for you. So just let us know. And these are your redirects. Let's just say if you moved a site and you wanted to keep that juice in that link, you can redirect to this particular website. Site address, talked about site description. The last thing here, page title and description. So these are for your individual pages. So if someone is going into searching for a page, searching for your services page, or whatever page pops up due to your keywords. Here we go into advanced. You're going to have your page title. There's going to be the description that's going to show up in searches, your meta keywords, which aren't as important anymore. In Google, boo, they took it away because people were spamming it. But again, here it is. And again, your footer and your header code if you were applying very targeted analytics for particular pages. You could do that here as well. So I'm going to send you this checklist in DIM so that you can take a look at it. And then definitely ask me any questions that you need to know, because I know that was a really broad overview. So you've received this already. After the website training, after this video, if you've watched it, you're going to be able to be prompted to sign this, and it'll just let you know that, hey, we're done with your site. That's all we can do for you. And it's done. It's finished. Finito. We will be doing this, so you already know this. We're working on this now. A lot of this is done. Some of this will take some time, especially your links, backlinks, and running that final SEO site assessment to ensure that you're ranking properly. So we'll keep an eye. As far as the design goes, we're done with that, but we'll keep an eye on your SEO stuff, because that's the really important stuff that we're worried about as well. I'm probably more worried about it than you, but we'll get this signed here. Now, one of the last things I want to talk about is a usability test, and we used a free source that we will use in the future for our clients that have support and maintenance and who want a little more targeted usability testing. But we went ahead and gave you a 5-minute free video of how the site appears to others and if they like it or not. So that was interesting. I watched it, but I'll watch it again with you.
Please spend 5 minutes on this test rather than the usual. There will be 3 tasks. We are going to ask you for your general impression. Remember, great testers get into the mindset of the customer. Carefully read the task and explain their thoughts from start to finish. Okay? What is your first impression of this web page? What is this page for? Okay, let's find out. Okay, I am liking the layout of this page. Let's say Hamilton Lawn Care and Services. Okay, so I guess I would come to this page if I was looking to, do some landscaping for my house. Are you looking to beautify your lawn? Well, I mean, who isn't? Free instant quote. So I like how that's nicely bolded. It tells you that you can get a quote. That's kind of the first step before you want to move on. Plus a special bonus coupon. Okay, so that is something that I would say grabs your attention. Let's look at the site a little bit more in depth. It's lawn season every season, and to put your best lawn forward, you must have a responsive lawn care system in place. Hamilton Lawn Care and Service have been in lawn care business for many years, providing seasonal upkeep and designing new lawn landscapes for both residential and commercial properties. Responding to climate change, weed growth, and the growth need for landscaped lawns can be trying, but we make it look effortless. Whether you need front yard landscaping or an updated secret garden in your backyard or even rooftop landscaping, Hamilton Lawn Care is the right lawn care business you seek. Our turf maintenance strategists are skilled in safe and lawful fertilizers and weed control, while our landscaping gurus are like interior decorators for your lawn. We take pride in your landscaping like you do, providing simple, safe, and affordable methods to promote healthy, luxurious lawn care. So I definitely like the tone of the copy that they provide. If this is something that I'm looking to do, they answer a lot of questions that I would have off the top of my head about what kind of fertilizers they're using. Is it safe? Is everything, organic? Um, so that is something. So far, this site has my trust. Um, I really like how they give you options right off the bat for what you're interested in instead of me having to, search around and have to go through everything in case, let's say I was only interested in leaf and brush removal. It's great that I can just click on just that and not have to go into everything else. At the same time, it lets me know the variety of things that they offer. Okay, so you can put in your name, number, and email. Um, okay, so that's something that I would have to do basically to get further information, which makes it seem a little bit like I have to commit on the spot, which I normally would not want to do something like that. So I don't feel inclined to enter my information unless I for sure want further information. As we scroll down, our expertise is year round. So I see a lot of reading to do, and to be completely honest, if I'm going to go with a landscaping service, I want to see more pictures with a variety of the kind of things that they offer. Um, let's see. So they have these 3 big bubbles at the bottom: lawn mowing, landscaping, hardscaping. I was really hoping to be able to click on them and then more information popping up, because like I said, when I'm just scrolling down the site, I'm seeing a lot of information come at me, and I think it would be good to have tabs up top or on the right hand side going down, where the user can then choose what they would like more information on. Overall, it seems like a trusting site, but I would say, less things to read, more pictures to look at, since this is a lawn care service. I definitely think seeing more pictures of what they can do kind of speaks for the company better.
All right, before she moved on to the next question, I think that is important, and that's something we can talk about. One of the biggest reasons why I did the bubbles is so that in the future, again, when we are able to add more content, those can be clickable. Those links can be clickable where there are more pictures and more information and all that stuff. So that's an option you can take. That's really your call as far as what you want to do. Now, we know from an SEO standpoint that we need words. We need to pump it full of SEO goodies and keywords, but she has a valid point. She wants to see more pictures, so that's something we can do in the future. We most certainly have the pictures to use. So let's think about expanding in the future so that they can click on those individual services and see a portfolio.
What is the first thing you would like to do on this page? Please go ahead and try to do that now. Please describe your experience. Okay. The first thing that I want to do on this page, um, honestly, is to click on something that gives me more information about where they're located, what number to call if I have questions, right up top. Like, I mean, I do see a number, but I want to see a gallery of, work that they've done in the past. Something like that, where I can get a better idea before I even commit to calling. All I can do right now is go ahead and put in my name and my number and email, but I don't have a question directly. They're not going to really send me a gallery. So that isn't something that I'm inclined to do right now. Um, I would also like to click on something so I can see, where they're located. But I'm not seeing that either. Let's see, when I scroll down, it does say contact kind of small. So I think I would put that up top, or at least if it's going to stay on the bottom, a little bit bigger. So here we've got their email, their number, and we've got their address. Um, oh, good. So it does pop up in, the directions. So that's good. When I see the contact information for a company, I do feel like it's just a little bit more safer.
Okay, and before she moves on to her next question, I did want to make a note that, of course, obviously, when we're looking over here, we do have a home about us contact privacy right at the top here. She's using a Mac. I'm using Windows, but it looked like her screen was minimized, and so she had the menu button, and she possibly didn't know that that's how you use that. The menu button would be able to give you that information, but all good. We can kind of discard and discredit that, but other than that, she's still pretty on point.
What stood out to you on this website? What, if anything, frustrated you about the site? Please summarize your thoughts regarding the website. Okay, so what stood out was the first thing that I see is their brand name, Hamilton, nice and big. So at least they're going along with who they are. That's good. The other thing that stands out to me is the part that says free instant quote plus special bonus coupon. So, yes, that does grab my attention. Um, and what's a little frustrating, like I've mentioned before, is right up here along the top or down the right hand side, I'd like to see tabs. So right off the bat, I know what all they can provide to me before I have to scroll all the way down, to get further information on what services that they offer.
Okay, and before she moves on to her next question, I did want to make a note that, of course, obviously, when we're looking over here, we do have a home about us contact privacy right at the top here. She's using a Mac. I'm using Windows, but it looked like her screen was minimized, and so she had the menu button, and she possibly didn't know that that's how you use that. The menu button would be able to give you that information, but all good. We can kind of discard and discredit that, but other than that, she's still pretty on point.
Any final thoughts? Please provide any additional comments, questions, or suggestions you have before you stop recording.
All right, looks like that was it. So please feel free to review this on your own, ask any questions you have, and then go ahead and sign off on this. I will be sending it to you.